Okay, so that's why I could not upload the videos for you guys, so sorry. Now I'm free, little bit free, so I'm going to today we are going to do exercise 1.3. In the last two lectures we have completed exercise 1.1, 1.2. Now 1.3 we are going to complete it. Okay, and this is your channel, Kumar Sir Mathematics Class 10. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, now let us start with the questions. So exercise 3.1.3, question number B1. B1, it is said, prove that root 5 is irrational. Okay, so we are going to prove that root 5 is what? Irrational. Okay or not? So first of all, this kind of question is very important for your board examinations. It's very important. Okay, this question is very important. It comes for generally for maybe 3 marks or 2 marks. Okay, it generally comes in your board examinations for 3 to 2 marks in NBSC as well as in CBSC. So dear students, learn it properly. Okay, got it. So first of all, in this type of questions, what we will do, we will do an assumptions. Okay, so first we'll write, let us assume that root 5 is rational. We are assuming what? Root 5 is not irrational, it is rational. Okay, it is a rational number. So here we have written, if it is a rational number, which implies what? It implies root 5 is equal to a by b. Okay, if it is irrational, then root 5 will not be equal to a by b. Okay, since it is a rational, so root 5 must be equal to a by b. That one is clear. Where a and b is not 0, a and b not equal to 0. Okay, are integers, where a and b not equal to 0. Okay, so that means what? Let me explain to you. Where a and b are integers and co-primes. Okay, where a and b are integer and co-prime, and b cannot be equal to 0. Okay, where and b is not equal to 0, that means the denominator will not be 0. That is the meaning. Okay, so first thing we have done is, let us assume that root 5 is rational. Next we have done what? Root 5 is equal to a by b. So here we have written, where a and b are what? Are integers and co-primes. Co-prime means, dear students, they don't have any other factor except 1. We are assuming that a and b, they are co-prime. That means they have only factor what? 1. That means a into 1, b into 1. Beside this, they don't have any other factor. That is the meaning of co-prime. Okay, fine. So where a and b, okay, are integers and b not equal to 0. Okay, b is not equal to 0 and they are co-primes. So fine, with this we have started. Okay, this much considerations we have to make. After that, what we have done here, nothing is there, means 1, so we have cross multiplied it. So when you cross multiply it, you will get what? A into 1 a, and root 5 into b, root 5 b you will get. Now what we are doing, squaring both sides. So we have squared it both sides. So root 5b whole square equal to a square. So it will be, the root will be removed, so 5, and the b is outside, so it will be b square equal to a square. Got it? So this one we are marking it as equation number 1. Next what we are doing, since 5b square is equal to a square, that means these two are equal, which means what? A square is divisible by 5. Means this a square is there or not? It should be divisible by what? 5. That if a square is divisible by 5, then a must be a also, which implies a is also divisible by 5. Okay, got it? Fine. Next what we are doing, we are doing one more assumptions. We are taking, let a is equal to 5c. We are taking, let a is equal to 5c for same integer, for some integer. Okay, let a equal to 5c for some integer c. So where c is a integers. Okay, now what we are doing, putting the value of in equation number 1. So putting the value of a in equation number 1, so we will get what, 5b square equal to 5a. In place of a we are substituting what, 5c, so 5c whole square. So a 5b square equal to 25c square. So this 5, if you take this side, then it will be multiplies there, if come divide. So 25 divided by 5, so you will get what, 5c square. Now since there is a shortage of space, so I have taken it here, students, please forgive me for that. So we have started from here, okay. So here we have written what, same thing we are getting or not, like here we got a square equal to 5b square, here we are getting b square equal to 5c square. So what we have written, b square is divisible by 5, that means, which implies b is also divisible by 5. Now see, b, here a was divisible by 5, here also b is divisible by 5, but in the initial view we have assumed that a is only divisible by 1 and b is only divisible by 1, but here we are getting that a and b, both of them, they have common factor what, 5. So we'll write here, thus a and b have at least 5 as their common factor. Here also we got that a is divisible by 5, here also we are getting b is divisible by 5, that means a and b both, they have a common factor 5. So if the a and b have at least 5 as a common factor, hence our assumptions, what is our assumption? Our assumption is a and b are co-primes. Our assumptions that a and b are co-prime becomes wrong. We thought that their common factor is only what? Among a and b, the common factor is only 1. But we have seen that the common factor here we are getting is what? 5. That means beside 1 also they have a common factor, which is that, what is that? That is 5. So our assumptions that a and b is co-prime, it is not a co-prime. If it will be co-prime only when they have common factor 1, but we are getting common factor 5. Hence our assumption that a and b are co-prime becomes wrong. And since our assumption is wrong, we have assumed that it is rational, but it is coming wrong. So that means root 5 is a irrationals. Okay or not? So this is a very easy question. There are few steps, all of you have to learn it properly. Okay, got it or not? 2 marks. Okay. Okay, one thing, all of us, I was thinking that some of you might not be knowing what is the difference between rational and irrational, right? Rational and irrationals. So dear students, let me tell you, okay, what is rational and irrational. So rational numbers are all those integers, okay, all those integers which can be written in the ratio, okay, which can be written in the ratio, and where denominator should not be equal to 0. Okay, for example, 2 is a rational number. Why? Because 2 also I can write it as what? 2 is to 1, 2 by 1, we can write it or not? So this is also a rational number. Another one, minus 2 by 9, this is a rational number because it can be written as a ratio. Another one, 3 by 5, rational number because it can be written in the ratio. Got it or not? So all those integers, means whether it is plus or minus, integer means plus or minus both, so which can be written in the ratio forms are called as rational number, and those which cannot be written in the ratio forms are called as irrational number, like root 2, root 5, root 7. These are all irrational numbers. Now you might be telling that root 4 is irrational. No, root 4 is equal to what? Square root of 4 is what? 2. So 2, it can be written as 2 is to 1 or not. So that's why this root 4 will not be irrational number. Root 9, it will not be irrational number. Got it or not? Irrational number are those which cannot be written in the form of ratios. Got it or not? And rational are those which can be written in the form of ratios. So I hope you got the difference between rational and irrational numbers. Okay. Rational numbers can be written in the form of all the integers, which can be written in the form of p by q, and irrational means they cannot be written in the form of p by q. Got it? So let's start now. Okay, so here prove that 3 plus root 2 3 plus 2 root 5 is a irrational. So same thing, same way we will be doing the same assumptions. Let us assume that 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational. Okay, we have assumed that this is a rational number. Okay, so if it is a rational, that means they should be able to form a they should be able to form a ratio. So we have written implies, if it is a rational, then it implies 3 plus root 2 root 3 plus 2 root 5 is equal to what it will be? A by b. So we are writing where a and b are co-prime, that means they have common factor as 1. Okay, and integers b not equal to 0, that means b is not equal to 0, and these two are having a co-prime factor, that is 1. Okay, fine. Now these three we have shifted it this side, these three will shift it this side, then you will be getting here what implies 2 root 5 is equal to a by b minus 3. So this 2 root 5 implies 2 root 5 is equal to a, and if you see here nothing is there, means 1 LCM b, then this one will be a, and this b will go and multiply with this 3, so it will become a minus 3b. So and these two you will bring it again this side, so root 5 will be equal to a minus 3b by 2b. Got it or not? So we are getting a ratio or not? Root 5 is becoming equal to a ratio. That means what? Root 5 is a rational, okay, number. That means root 5 is a rational number. Got it? That means root 5 is rational. Okay, got it? And if root 5 is rational, why root 5 is rational? Because they are forming a fractions. So if root 5 is rational, then our assumption is what? If root 5 is, let us assume that root 5 is rational. Just a minute. Okay, so we are assuming that root 5 equal to a minus 3b by 2b, which is a rational, right or not? So root 5 is rational and our assumptions becomes wrong. That means our assumptions is becoming what? Our assumption here it will become wrong, because this is not a co-prime numbers. Okay, right? So root 3 plus root 5 will be what? Will be called as irrational numbers. Okay, okay, students, now we are doing the last questions of this exercise. Question number 3, prove that the following are irrationals. So I'm doing question number 1, and sometimes you also need to work from home. This is your assignment, so these two you try doing it. Question number 2 we did same way, and this one as we have done question number 1. So these two it will be remaining as your homework, and this one I will be doing now. Okay, so 1, it is 1 by root 2. So first of all, what we will do, we will first rationalize it. Okay, so when we are rationalizing 1 by root 2 into root 2 into root 2, so upside you will get root 2, and downside root 2 into root 2, 2. So it is coming what? 1 by 2 root 2. So we will do an assumption. Let us assume that 1 by root 2 is rational. So if it is rational, then if 1 by root 2 root 2 is rational, okay, 1 by root 2 is rational, then what we will be doing? And then we will be writing here 1 by 2. If 1 by root 2 is rational, then definitely this one also will be rational. So we have written 1 by 2 root 2 is rational, which implies 1 by 2 root 2 is rational. Next, we are multiplying this one by 2. Okay, this rational number we are multiplying by 2. When we multiply it, then you find that these two cancel. What is left? Root 2 is a rational. So root 2 is a we are getting what? Root 2 is a rationals, which is not possible. Why? Because root 2, as I told you, it is root 2 is a irrational. So how can it be rationals? That means what? Thus our assumptions becomes wrong. Our assumption is what? 1 by root 2 is rational, but root 2 we are getting as okay, root 2 we are getting rational, which is not possible because root 2 is a irrational. Thus our assumption becomes wrong, hence 1 by root 2 is irrationals. Okay students, so this question is very easy. Okay, all of you please try to complete this too. Okay, I'll and show to me in the next class. Okay, or you can just inbox me your solutions of these two questions. Okay, my WhatsApp number. Anyway, thank you students, and we will come to the end of this lecture number 22. Okay, and hope all of you are studying well at home. Be sincere, start practicing, because already we have entered in June. Now if you are not practicing students, then afterwards it may become very late. So start practicing and start working hard. Don't think that after the lockdown ends up then only I'll study. Don't think like that. It may take longer time. So please study properly, sincerely at home, because you are in class 10, you are going to appear board exam. You have to be sincere. Okay, with that I wind up my lecture. Thank you everyone.